Hello friends, I've got updates for the Minolta here. This is part 3 of my Minolta SRT 101 series. So I have some very unfortunate news. I was hoping I wouldn't have to deliver this, but as some of you may have noticed from the last video, I did not load the film correctly when I put the first roll of film in here. So, and I have the manual here, so I'll quote from the manual. Insert the film leader into the slot in the film take-up spool, making sure a film perforation is engaged with the tooth in the slot. And then we want to advance the film lever until the film slot in the take-up spool faces upward. So essentially, the huge mistake I made there was I tried to feed the film into the little notch where it's supposed to go, but I just didn't do that. And then I immediately closed the back, and then I tried to advance like that. So I didn't know whether the film was actually going through or not. Yeah, it simply wasn't. It just didn't get fed in there. So there was a couple of reasons, I guess. First of all, just my inexperience most of all. And second, I was filming it on my kitchen counter there. I had the camera mounted, the tripod mounted in front of me. So I was sort of reaching my arms around the tripod, looking down at it. I couldn't really get, in close to look at the camera. And I was just kind of, a little nervous from filming and just not really thinking well. So yeah, the film just sort of stayed here and it didn't actually get fed through the camera and take any pictures. So I noticed that when I was editing it, I thought maybe I didn't actually load the film correctly, but I had started advancing it and I thought, okay, if I did do it correctly and I open up the back to verify, then I'll lose that shot and potentially other shots. So it ended up being a practice reel where I didn't actually shoot any film, but I went out and shot what I thought was a full roll of film. So, I brought it into the camera store and kind of explained, I took the last shot and I explained, okay, I think I probably didn't get the film fed in correctly. So he said, all right, we rounded the spool a little bit and he said, okay, this is immediately, it's immediately telling me that it's fully rewound. So you didn't get any shots, buddy. So yeah, it was unfortunate, but I kind of always knew when I was out shooting what I thought was that roll. I thought maybe it's not actually, working how it should be, and maybe I'm not going to get any of these shots anyway. So it amounted to a practice reel that didn't actually take any shots, which, it wasn't the end of the world. I got some practice going outside, setting the aperture ring, This is my first lens with an aperture ring, so I didn't, I was kind of having to keep in mind, all right, use that sunny 16 rule. Okay, if it's sunny, set it to f16 and stop it down the darker it is. So, got some practice with that, focusing it. It's not the end of the world, of course. The guy at the store just used whatever tool they have to start pulling the film out of a completed roll and just set it in there. He confirmed with me that, okay, this time it is definitely loaded. And, we're off to the races. Didn't cost any additional money or anything like that. So, I did lose all the shots that I thought I took, but there wasn't anything really irreplaceable. There was one time I found a stray cat and it looked like a kitten, and they were kind of looking up at me through this sort of shrubbery or bush or something like that. And so I got a shot of them, looking at me. But I was stopped pretty low to, it was like maybe F8 or F11 because it was a sunny day. So it probably would have been pretty underexposed even if I did get that shot. But aside from that, it was nothing really irreplaceable or anything like that. My impressions of using it and going out and taking pictures of it now. I really like the viewfinder here, the autofocus is pretty nice, very handy, nice, and the focus ring is still very smooth even all these years later. It makes it fun to take. One thing I have been wondering is how much I shake the camera when I press the shutter button. It is mechanical. You have to kind of give it a good push. And unlike smartphones and things like that, I'm sure smartphones know that, when you press the button on the screen, you're probably shaking the phone. So it probably knows to take several photos around that time and find the one that's the least blurred. But especially I thought when I was holding it, vertically like this, I felt like maybe holding it with my right arm down, I'm right-handed, and maybe pressing it with like this probably leads to less shake. I don't know how many shots I took when I was first getting used to this, if it was loaded. I don't know how many of the shots would have been ruined by me shaking the camera too much, just pressing the shutter. So I've tried to get a little better at that, tried to get a little more practice. So, unfortunately, we didn't get those first 36 shots, but The second set should be okay now. As I said, we loaded it at the store to make sure it was being loaded. So, so it goes. It's a kind of a rare sunny day right now. This summer's been very rainy. So I think this morning before work, I'm going to go out and get more shots, and hopefully these will work. We'll develop these and we'll see how they turn out. So that was the latest update. Thanks for following, and I'll see you next time.